Breaking news, everyone. Former President Donald Trump just tried to silence Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett by threatening her with jail time. But what happened next left Trump instantly regretting his move. This wasn't just another political clash. This was a fiery showdown that grabbed the nation's attention. Trump thought Crockett would back down under pressure. But instead, she stood tall and delivered a bold, fearless response that shook the room. Crockett exposed Trump's tactics right on the spot, turning his attack into his own embarrassment. Her words weren't just powerful. They were a direct strike that left Trump speechless and scrambling. The moment instantly went viral, with people calling it Jasmine Crockett's ultimate mic drop against Trump. Across social media, supporters are praising her courage and calling this the turning point that Trump never saw coming. So the big question now is, has Trump finally met his match? Stay tuned because this political battle is only heating up. Donald Trump's attempt to push Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett toward jail was one of those political moves that instantly grabbed attention because of how aggressive and bold it was. For years, Trump has built his image as someone who uses not just political arguments but also power and pressure to silence critics. In this case, rather than engaging in debate or handling the opposition in a traditional political way, he decided to escalate the conflict into legal territory. His idea seemed simple: use the threat of jail to intimidate Crockett, weaken her resolve, and send a warning to others who might challenge him. But behind that move was a much deeper strategy. Trump knows that legal threats can have a chilling effect, and by dragging Crockett's name into controversy, he hoped to damage her credibility in the public eye. It was an attempt to show dominance, a way of saying that he still has the ability to control the narrative and punish anyone who dares to stand against him. However, what Trump may not have fully considered is that Jasmine Crockett is not the kind of politician who backs down under pressure. She has been building a reputation for being bold, outspoken, and unafraid of confrontation, and that made her a risky target. By trying to jail her, Trump unintentionally elevated her status even further. Instead of making her weaker, he gave her a bigger platform and more visibility in front of a national audience. Every time a powerful figure tries to silence a critic, it raises questions about fear and insecurity. And that's exactly what this attempt highlighted. Rather than appearing strong, Trump came across as someone worried about Crockett's growing influence. His move revealed that she had struck a nerve, and that alone gave her a new kind of political weight. What made this attempt even more striking is the larger message it carried. Jailing a political opponent is not just about one individual. It challenges the very spirit of open debate and democratic freedom. Trump's push in this direction showed his willingness to turn politics into a battlefield of intimidation. But in the process, he turned Jasmine Crockett into a symbol of resistance, someone who could stand tall even when threatened. Instead of silencing her voice, his attempt amplified it, creating an impact that he most likely did not expect. Jasmine Crockett's response to Donald Trump's attempt to push her toward jail was nothing short of remarkable. Instead of showing fear or hesitation, she stood her ground with confidence and clarity, turning what was meant to intimidate her into an opportunity to showcase her courage and political strength. Crockett's reaction was immediate, sharp, and powerful, demonstrating to everyone watching that she would not be bullied or silenced by threats, no matter who they came from. Her ability to respond so effectively under pressure highlighted why she has become such a respected and influential figure in American politics. By addressing Trump's tactics head-on, Crockett exposed the flaws in his approach. She did not resort to personal attacks or overreactions. Instead, she relied on facts, reasoning, and her firm sense of justice to make her point. In doing so, she not only defended herself but also sent a message to the public and fellow politicians: intimidation will not work against someone who stands for her principles. Her composed yet powerful response turned the situation completely around, shifting the focus from Trump's aggression to her resilience and intelligence. The impact of her response was immediate. Social media erupted with praise for Crockett, with people highlighting her courage and framing her reaction as a mic drop moment. This kind of public support amplified her influence, giving her an even stronger platform to address political issues and stand against forces that try to manipulate the system for personal gain. Crockett's ability to stay calm, articulate, and unwavering under such pressure showed a level of political acumen that many politicians only aspire to reach. What makes this response even more significant is its symbolic value. Crockett was not just defending herself. She was defending the principle that political leaders should not use threats to control or silence opposition. Her reaction reminded people that democracy thrives on debate, courage, and the willingness to stand up for what is right. By turning Trump's attack into a moment of empowerment, she shifted the narrative, demonstrating that true leadership is defined not by power or fear, but by integrity, strength, and resilience. In the end, Jasmine Crockett's response didn't just protect her reputation, it elevated it. She showed that, even in the face of one of the most powerful political figures in America, courage, strategy, and steadfastness can turn an attempt to intimidate into a moment of triumph. Her example will likely inspire many others to stand firm when faced with pressure or threats. The public reaction to Jasmine Crockett's confrontation with Donald Trump was immediate, intense, and overwhelmingly supportive. Almost as soon as news of Trump's attempt to push her toward jail and her fearless response spread, social media erupted. People from across the country began praising Crockett for her courage, her composure, and the way she turned a threatening situation into a powerful statement. Memes, posts, and viral videos flooded platforms like Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, highlighting her sharp rebuttal and framing it as a defining moment in modern American politics. The reaction was not limited to her supporters alone. Even neutral observers and commentators acknowledged the strength and strategic brilliance behind her response. This widespread public attention did more than just boost Crockett's popularity. It turned her into a symbol of resistance and empowerment. In an era where political intimidation is often normalized, her ability to stand firm and respond decisively resonated with people who value integrity and courage in leadership. Her actions reminded the public that individuals can challenge powerful figures and prevail, creating a sense of hope and inspiration for those who feel disillusioned by political gamesmanship. The sheer volume of engagement, comments, and shares indicated that her response had struck a chord nationwide, elevating her profile far beyond her previous political reach. The term mic drop moment quickly became associated with her reaction, capturing the public's perception that Crockett had not only defended herself but had also delivered a memorable, commanding statement against Trump. News outlets, independent commentators, and social media influencers dissected her response, praising her for both content and delivery. People admired her ability to remain composed under immense pressure, using intelligence and confidence rather than anger or aggression to make her point. This narrative of strength and resilience resonated deeply, particularly among younger audiences who often follow politics closely online. Moreover, the public reaction had political implications. By garnering widespread support and attention, Crockett reinforced her influence and credibility as a political figure capable of standing up to one of the most prominent personalities in American politics. Trump's attempt to intimidate her backfired, as it only highlighted her determination, ability to handle pressure, and growing prominence on the national stage. In this way, the public's response amplified her victory, proving that in the court of public opinion, courage and principled action can outweigh threats and intimidation. Ultimately, the public reaction demonstrated a powerful lesson. Moments of confrontation, when handled with intelligence and confidence, can transform into moments of triumph. Jasmine Crockett's response not only defended her personally, but also inspired millions. The political impact of Jasmine Crockett's confrontation with Donald Trump has been profound and far-reaching. By standing up to one of the most influential and polarizing figures in American politics, Crockett didn't just defend herself. She reshaped the perception of her political influence and demonstrated the growing power of rising leaders who refuse to be intimidated. This incident has positioned her as a strong voice in Congress, someone capable of challenging established power structures and holding even the most prominent figures accountable. Her ability to face a former president with confidence and clarity sends a clear message that courage and conviction are becoming increasingly important in the modern political landscape. One of the most significant aspects of this political impact is how it strengthens Crockett's visibility and credibility. In a world where media coverage can make or break political careers, being targeted by someone as high profile as Trump inevitably brings attention. But instead of being undermined, Crockett leveraged the situation to showcase her intelligence, resolve, and strategic thinking. This has helped her gain not only public admiration, but also political recognition among peers and party leaders, marking her as a rising figure, capable of influencing discussions and debates at the highest levels. Furthermore, the incident underscores a shift in political dynamics. Traditionally, attempts by powerful figures to intimidate opponents might have succeeded in creating fear or compliance. However, Crockett's defiance signals that the new generation of politicians is increasingly unwilling to bow to pressure tactics. This shift could encourage other emerging leaders to speak boldly, challenge authority when necessary, and act with integrity, knowing that public support often favors courage over submission. By standing her ground, Crockett has contributed to redefining the rules of political engagement, showing that influence is now measured not just by office or reputation, but by the ability to confront power without fear. The incident also carries symbolic importance for voters and the broader political landscape. It demonstrates that political battles are no longer one-sided, and that established figures can be held accountable by principled opposition. Crockett's actions have inspired conversations about leadership, resilience, and the importance of standing up for one's beliefs, regardless of the stakes. The political message is clear: strength, intelligence, and courage can shift narratives and alter perceptions, giving rising leaders like Crockett a platform to effect meaningful change. In conclusion, the political impact of this confrontation extends far beyond the personal exchange between Crockett and Trump. It highlights the emergence of new, fearless leaders, reinforces the power of public support, and underscores the importance of integrity in modern politics.